Hey gems, as you can see, this is not the typical video. I've been dreading this video, in all honesty. Was trying to avoid having to do something like this, mainly because I like to keep the most private parts of my life private. But I think we're at a point now where some of those private areas are so big that I am incapable of keeping them out of, I guess, content. Long story short, I had to leave Atlanta. I'll be moving back home because my father is not okay. He hasn't been okay in quite some time, but he's like at a point where he is really not okay. And it's been tough. And one, like I said, I typically keep my family off of social media just because, well, for multiple reasons. But one of the things that I've learned during my time on the internet is that once you post something, people think that because you post it, they have the freedom to comment, say whatever they want. And there's only so much of that I can take. So I've just learned, if I'm not ready to discuss, to go back and forth, not even to go back and forth, because regardless, I'm really not trying to go back and forth at all. But if I'm not ready to see the comments, just don't post it. And one thing about it, like, it's already tough enough for me to see like any kind of commentary, negative commentary about like friends. Like, that's already tough. To the point where there was a period where I was like, I'm not posting anybody, like, because that's a privilege. Just like it's a privilege for me to have access to them, it's a privilege for me to you know, allow the internet to have access to that relationship as well. I know that if I start seeing comments about my family, that is going to bring out a whole different side of me that I don't think anybody needs to see. But I'm at a point now where I do not have the mental bandwidth to go the way I've been trying to go. For one, my whole life is about to be uprooted. So it's like, there's no way I can avoid that. But also, like, my family isn't content. My father is not content. And so I already don't feel comfortable showing some things. But then, like I said, I feel like a huge part of my life is not going to be revolved around my father. So how do I balance my career and caring for him? I've gone through a lot in the past about year and a half. Like, honestly, if we really showed the world everything, I feel like jaws would drop. Like, literally so much has happened that has like been so impactful to my life. And I can 100% see how you just log on to YouTube and you watch a vlog and you think that somebody's life is so perfect. And it's not intentional to show a seemingly great life. You know, some people really are really living great lives, which, you know, great. And for the most part, you know, I would say that I'm very blessed to be part of that. But there has definitely been moments that have been left off camera. And typically, I think I do a decent job of keeping career and home and personal, keeping career and personal separate. I'm just at a place now. I cannot manage. I cannot manage. And I'm like, there's no way I can get away with it. Because one thing about it, whether something's actually happening or not, y'all gonna call something out, okay? Whether somebody's actually going through something or not, y'all gonna see something and call it out. So it wouldn't be fair for me to just kind of like be dealing with all of this in the background and then not seeing anything at all on the forefront. So I'm at a place now where I find myself torn between wanting to disappear and go dark for days, but also wanting to make the most like of my summer here in Atlanta. Like, this is gonna be my last summer. So I should be enjoying it. Like, I have a whole list of things I wanted to do here, and while I wasn't sure that Atlanta was forever. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but you know, the certain sequence of events could actually make it forever. But in my mind, like, I knew I had time. So I feel like I never even had like tourist moments here because I always had time. I instead spent that time traveling and having tourist moments in every other state, in other countries. And now I'm just like, damn, like this chapter's about to close. And I feel like I haven't even really scratched the surface of what it was to live in Atlanta. And it's weird. I feel like I've been trying to compartmentalize. Is that, you know how you see a word all the time, but you're not really sure how to say it because you've never actually said it out loud? I hope I don't sound real dumb. But I have been actively trying to put sections of my life into their own space so that I can function in those different spaces, because once they all muddle together, I feel like I will lose my shit. Like, transparency moment, I feel like I will lose my shit. And so, like, when I'm handling my father's affairs, or actually with my father, visiting him in the hospital, whatever the case may be, I feel like I try to have that be that. And then when I'm with friends or when I'm trying to enjoy life, I'm trying to have that be that, because once the two starts to intersect, I get very overwhelmed. So I'm trying to deal, and I feel like every atom in my body is fighting this, because, like, one thing about it, unless you're in my inner circle, I don't like people in my business. Like, I don't. I mean, I be putting the gems on a little bit of tea, like a little bit, but like, if I talk about something, it's usually after I've gone through, I've processed, and I've healed. Well, maybe not healed, but I've gone through and I've processed. And this is very much happening in the now, and I'm sensitive about my shit. And also, because I am still processing, I'm struggling to figure out how to show up and do my job, and how to process, because the two do not go hand in hand. My processing involves me falling off the face of the earth. My processing involves me laying in bed for a week. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to be me, alone with my thoughts. But when you have a career in social media, you do not have the luxury of being able to process in peace. I hope how I'm thinking of what it is I'm trying to say is actually coming out how I want to say it, because sometimes the two are not aligned. Like I'll think something and then I'm watching back what I said and it's like, girl, that's not even what you're trying to say. Like you had a whole different thought process in your brain and you're not articulating. I'm more of a writer than a speaker. Like, babes, let me sit down and have time to figure out what I'm trying to say so it comes out exactly how I want to say it. So I apologize if any of this is not making sense or it's not clear, or if it's coming off in a negative way. I just bear with me. Your girl's struggling, okay? The whole point of this video is I'm struggling. My natural process when I'm going through something is to literally just fall face to earth. Like my closest friends know it, love them dearly, because they've been through it. They done seen Jemima in all kinds of life, okay? But now that social media is my bread and butter, it's literally how I live. It's how I finance myself. It's how I finance others. It's how everything is everything. It's also how I interact with the gems. Like, while I want to disappear, it's like I also want to make sure that I still have my gems. And the thing with social media, it's not like you can necessarily just hop off and hop back on. And some, you know, you can sometimes, but other times, girl, the algorithm is no algorithm. Next thing you know, nobody sees your content anymore. Nobody knows you exist anymore. And it's just like, wait a minute, I'm trying to keep with the girls. Where the girls at? And YouTube said, you took your time off. Enjoy your time off. Stay there. And so it's like business owner, influencer, content creator, business strategy struggles right here. And then there's no, you need to first of all process, one, and also you need to take time off and deal, two, and take care of, three. But also you want to do this and you want to support people this way. So also, not only should you be doing this, but you should be doing more so you can do more. But then also, like, this is your last summer in Atlanta. You need to enjoy, because life is short. Life is short and you're about to leave and this is it. Like, it's just really crazy how life comes at you fast. One day you're literally planning the final details of your Afro Euro summer tour. Like the way this summer was, the way I had plans to take the gems across the world this summer. Like I was supposed to be in London right now. I should be healing from seeing Burna Boy last night in London. Planning to go hop countries in Europe. And then after that, go to Ghana and then do a quick little weekend situation in Kenya. And then I was looking gonna try and sneak into Nigeria. Like I had a whole summer tour. Like I should not even be home right now. One minute I'm planning outfits for my Afro Euro tour. The next minute I'm putting food in my father's mouth. Like I'm physically feeding my father. When I say confusion, when I say I'm out of sorts, I've rambled long enough. God, I'm sorry. Long story short, I am struggling. I'm not the type to really like coddling. I don't really like the and I know it comes from a good place. I just have, I don't know, unless it's from like the people closest to me who I can like literally open up to fully. Those are the ones where I'm like, I can handle it from. And like I said, I know it comes from a great place. So I know I'm saying all this and the gems are going to flood me with love. I don't know what it is about it that makes me feel so, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm feeling. It's just, life is what it is right now. And I'm just trying to figure out how to show up for people while still showing up for myself, because like I said, I know how I've been in the past, and my father has always been my most sensitive spot. Like, nothing will bring me down more than my father and how he's like, yeah. Anyways, I'm saying that to say that I'm going to need a little grace, which honestly, for the most part, like you guys already give me so much grace in abundance. Like I feel like this video is a formality, because I can truly say that I've been so blessed to have people that watch and enjoy and support the content, and on top of that, they support me like as a person. Because even when I'm like, oh, like I'm about to crank out the content, I'm about to post mad videos this month, y'all are like, oh my god, I love this so much, but also, girl, like, don't forget about you, take a break so you don't burn out, and I'm like, this is unprovoked. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm like, oh my god, I've been doing some shopping, I want to show you guys everything I got, and y'all just like unprovoked are just like, oh, we love this, like, thank you so much, we appreciate what you're doing, you're working so hard, but also don't forget to take care of you. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. And maybe I'll be in the comments of other people, because I'm like, who is anybody else getting this much love? Like, is anybody else getting this much support from their gems? So I know that you guys always have so much grace for me, and I'm so appreciative. Like, I'm so blessed in that regard, like, just so blessed. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, let me not just be funky. Let me give them some insight as to what I'm dealing with in the background, because I have been funky in the past. I'm talking about I have. And if the situation really calls for it, then, you know, it is what it is. But like, I just don't want to come off a certain way and not say anything about it. So like I said, there are times when I'm just like, listen, I'm gonna have the time of my life, I'm gonna have the summer of my life, I'm gonna enjoy what time I do have, and there are other days when I don't feel like leaving my bed. So I'm proud of myself personally. I think I've done a good job of keeping certain personal things personal, but I feel like this is so big. It's such a big part of my life. It's having such a big impact that I don't know if I can keep it out of the vlogs. Like, there are moments where I'm just like, I want to vlog, I want to have this content, but I don't want to talk. Like, what do you do when you don't want to talk for 3 days? So you might get some vlogs where it's B-roll, or I don't know. I will say though that while my natural instinct, while everything in me wants to disappear, I also appreciate that I feel like I have to resist those urges because of my platforms, which in a way is a good thing, because it is forcing me to keep trying to live life. And like I said, I'm really like trying to separate my brain into different pieces, so that I can try and be present in each moment based on whatever piece they fall in, you know? So like when I'm outside having a time, I want to be outside enjoying that time. And it's difficult, but I'm trying. Because like even like the vlog when Gina was here with Kino and Fitz, and I'm just like, when you're editing and you're watching back the footage, it's just like, it's so crazy, because like while I was thoroughly having a great time with them, the other half of the time I'm on my phone. Like even before I walked into the pool, it took me forever for me to actually join them in the pool, because I was on the phone all day handling stuff with my dad's insurance, his medical care, all going back and forth on the phone to, like, half the time I'm kikiing with them, the other half I'm literally on the phone, like feeling like I'm losing my shit, you know? But you don't see that in the vlog. But I think that I'm at a point where, for my sanity, I cannot keep things as separate as I've been keeping them. And in all honesty, that is still my goal. Like, my father is not going to be content for me, because like I said, it's only going to take one comment. It's only going to take one comment and I'm already not in a good place. Like I said, I can usually handle more and tolerate more when I've processed and gone through. I'm still very much in the thick of it. So I'm asking for a little grace. Kind of letting you know, like, the vlogs might be a little off. I might not seem my chirpiest. I don't really like having too many downtimes on camera, because I truly think that my mood and how I come on camera can affect my viewers, and I don't want y'all feeling sad and stuff just because I'm feeling sad. Like, I think it's one thing to say, oh hey, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way, every once in a while, just to like remind you, like, first of all, I'm human, first of all. Like, don't get it twisted, I have a range of emotions. But it's one thing where you're just like, dang, like, I'm not feeling it today. It's another thing where every time I'm not feeling it, I'm telling y'all I'm not feeling it, and then I'm making y'all not feeling it. I personally think that's a very real thing, and I will never want to like transmit those negative vibes onto you guys. So I do apologize if it ever gets to that place. No, it's not gonna get to that place. Like, at this point, I really would stop vlogging. Like, it's not that deep. So I just want to say right now, like, if you see, like, I might not have a vlog one day, child, I couldn't pull it together. I couldn't do it. Or if I don't seem the chirpiest all the time, you know, just know that your girl is dealing with things off camera, and it's just, life is life, you know. But like I said, I'm trying to manage, and in that, it's also my remembering that life is truly short, and we really should be taking advantage of all of the life that we have right now. Like, the blessings that we have right now. Like, I literally can just get up and I don't know, dance for 30 minutes. You know, I can go for a walk, I can hang out with friends, I can take shots of tequila, even though the tequila be drinking me back. Like, I can enjoy all these moments. I can spend time with my friends. I can eat a good, delicious meal. Like, all of these things are such blessings, and those are little things that truly make up life, and I can just enjoy them. And so I am going to focus on enjoying those things. But on the days when I can't muster up the energy or the desire or the strength, I do apologize if that comes out in the content. But I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I feel like this video is kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. I don't even have words. I don't have words. I probably should have sat down and wrote down an outline for this. Like, freeballing has never been my thing. I don't know why I thought I could do it here. But yeah. I don't know. Life is just gonna life, but it is what it is. And I'm just gonna make the most of it. That's really all we can do. So yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. And thanks for your understanding. Love the gems. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.